Jenny sat in her room, huddled over her computer, playing her favorite game, Cuphead. She loved the cartoonish graphics and the challenging gameplay, but tonight, something was different. As she played, the music started to sound distorted and eerie, and the colors on the screen began to fade into shades of gray. Jenny tried to quit the game, but the controls would not respond. She tried to shut off her computer, but it wouldn't turn off. Suddenly, the game glitched, and Jenny was transported into a haunted version of the Cuphead world. The trees in the background had twisted branches that reached out like gnarled fingers. The clouds in the sky were dark and menacing, and the music had become a haunted melody. Jenny tried to move her character, Cuphead, but he would not respond. Instead, he just stood there, staring blankly into the distance. Suddenly, a voice boomed out from the speakers.
"Welcome to the haunted version of Cuphead.
The voice said.
You will never leave."
Jenny's heart raced as she realized that she was trapped inside the game. She tried to turn off her computer again, but it wouldn't budge. She was stuck. Suddenly, a figure appeared on the screen. It was a ghostly version of Cuphead, with eyes that glowed red and a twisted grin on its face. "Hello, Jenny," the ghostly Cuphead said. "I've been waiting for you." Jenny tried to scream, but no sound came out. She was paralyzed with fear. The ghostly Cuphead began to chase her character around the screen, cackling maniacally. As it did so, Jenny's heart raced as she tried to evade the ghostly figure, but it was no use. The ghostly Cuphead caught up with her character and engulfed it in a burst of flames. Jenny watched in horror as her character was destroyed, but then something strange happened. The screen glitched again, and a new character appeared on the screen. It was a twisted version of Mugman, with glowing red eyes and a demonic grin.
"Your turn, Jenny,"
Mugman said in a voice that was distorted and evil. Jenny tried to quit the game again, but it was no use. She was trapped inside the haunted version of Cuphead, and there was no way out. She played on, her heart racing with each new encounter. She fought off twisted versions of her favorite characters, battled through eerie landscapes, and braved dark and foreboding levels. As she played, she began to notice that the game was changing her. Her thoughts became jumbled, and her vision began to blur. She started to see things that weren't there, and the haunted music seemed to be stuck in her head, playing on an endless loop. She couldn't remember how long she'd been playing. It felt like hours, but it could have been days. All she knew was that she was trapped, and she would never escape. Finally, she reached the final level of the game, where she faced off against the ultimate villain. It was a grotesque version of the devil himself, with horns that curled into the sky and eyes that glowed like embers. Jenny fought bravely, dodging the devil's attacks and firing back with all her might. But in the end, it was no use. The devil was too powerful, and Jenny's character was destroyed. As the screen faded to black, Jenny felt a sense of relief wash over her. She was free from the haunted version of Cuphead, free from the endless loop of haunting music and twisted characters. But as she tried to stand up, she realized that she couldn't move. Her body felt heavy, as if something was holding her down. She tried to call out for help, but her voice was nothing but a whisper. Suddenly, she saw a figure appear in the front of her. It was the ghostly Cuphead, and his demonic grin and glowing red eyes. "Welcome to your new home, Jenny," the ghostly Cuphead said. "You're one of us now." Jenny tried to scream, but no sound came out. She was trapped, not only inside the game, but inside her own body as well. The haunted version of the Cuphead had claimed another victim. From that day on, no one ever saw or heard from Jenny again. Some say she disappeared into the game, while others believe she was taken by haunted spirits that lurked inside. But one thing was certain: the haunted version of Cuphead was not a game to be taken lightly. Its haunting music, twisted characters, and demonic world were enough to drive even the bravest of souls to madness. And for Jenny, it was too late to turn back. She was lost to the haunted version of Cuphead forever.